All right, for more on this, we have with us political analyst Ross Darrell Feingold, who's joining us live from Taipei. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Feingold.
Good afternoon.
Now, Mr. Feingold, Nauru and Taiwan ties have come to an end. What other consequences should we expect from the recent Taiwan election results and U.S. increasing support for Taiwan, which was supposed to be unofficial, but now it seems to be more and more official, given the kind of delegation which has already made its way to Taiwan?
China has a number of options to show its displeasure with the election result and with President Lai once he takes office on May 20th. And that includes encouraging countries to terminate diplomatic relations with Taiwan and to recognize Beijing. And we saw that today with Nauru's announcement. There's the obvious use of the military and military exercises near Taiwan, fly aircraft close to Taiwan, fly, balloons, which is a new thing that China's been doing recently, or use naval exercises around Taiwan, which puts a lot of pressure on the Taiwan military to respond to that. Trade retaliation is something that China also does by banning products from Taiwan from export to China, and also maintaining its position that it will not tolerate Taiwan's participation in international organizations. So China has a number of options, and we'll see if they make use of any of these options specifically because of this delegation visiting. Now, the Biden administration has sent this kind of delegation multiple times before. So there's certainly a precedent. And also keep in mind that although China is very angry, there's an important distinction here, and that's the delegation members are not currently in government. If it was a high-level delegation of current government officials, I think China would be much more angrier. But they know that these are all former government officials, and I think that takes away a bit of the anger that China might have otherwise had.
Mr. Feingold, now, as you mentioned, these are not government officials at the moment. They don't hold any specific chair in the administration at the moment. Now, we all know what happened last time when Nancy Pelosi visited. Of course, she was very much representing the government at that time and held chair as well. I wanted to understand from you, as of now, the military-to-military ties and the talks between US and China, they've just barely resumed. What do you think, or rather, do you feel there's going to be some impact on that immediately after this?
It's very possible. That's an option that China has with regard to the bilateral relationship with the United States, to continue some of those talks. I mean, obviously, President Biden put a lot of his personal political capital to try and get those talks restarted. He repeatedly sought a meeting with Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping agreed to the meeting in San Francisco on the sidelines of APEC and agreed to restart some of these bilateral dialogue mechanisms, which are in a number of different areas, not just in military to military, but also in economics, trade, and environment, and drugs cooperation as well, in the fight against illegal narcotics. But certainly China has the option to terminate these to show its displeasure with the United States. And if China does decide to do that, it will come as no surprise.
All right, Mr. Feingold, of course, we are going to be tracking this closely as it develops. Thank you so much for joining in on the broadcast and sharing all your insights with us.
Thank you.